Hi, this is George from LTS Security Australia, and today we're going to show you how to set up and install NVMS V3. NVMS V3 is our PC software for remote viewing and controlling your cameras and access control and other intercom products. It's used for programming our products. At the moment, I have got our USA website here, ltsaustraliaofficial.com/downloads, and you want to click on the client software, and it's the first one called NVMS V3. At the moment, it's only available for Windows, so you want to click and download that. After you've downloaded that, you'll get a zip folder. You want to unzip the file onto your desktop, for example, and then we're going to double click and install. We've got it set to the default location. You've got a whole bunch of options here. If you don't want to use the access control components, you can disable those if you just want to do the video for your cameras. We're just going to install everything. There's also an AI dashboard. We can install that as well. So we've logged in as an admin on this computer. So if you do have some restrictions, you might want to consult your IT team or security advisor. So we'll just let that install. Shouldn't take too long. The minimum PC requirements, if you're doing a lot of video, usually a i5 and above, Intel i5 or equivalent with at least 16 gigabytes of RAM would be required. Now I've just clicked on there, so now we should have that desktop. It's opening the program. Now you'll notice down the bottom on the little arrow down the bottom, there is a little icon here that pops up. It's a server that will be running in the background. You need to have that running. It should open up automatically. If you don't, then you won't be able to run the software. This is a little bit of a server that runs in alignment to the main program. If you do have some port conflicts with other products, you can edit the port and change it here. So we'll just minimize that. Now, you want to just enable the upgrade detection. So if there are new versions, you can automatically download them. This is your super user. So basically you need to create a username and password. This is for the software. This is not for your recorder. This is for this software application. So we'll just put in admin, and we'll select a password that is easy for me to remember right now. And you want to click auto login, so you don't have to put your password in every time. I do highly recommend that you create a favorite security questions just to make sure that you remember. If you forget your password, you can easily log back in again. I'm just going to put in some random things, just for demo. Now, after you log in, you should be able to you can go through the wizard, which shows you how everything works. We're just going to get out of that. You'll be able to see the whole dashboard from this area here. And the main areas for using this program, what we need to set up is under your device management. So you can go back to that screen by clicking this little icon here, which shows everything. And once you do open up a tab, it brings it up the top here. So if we had main view, you can close those. So you can have multiple views. So what we want to do is we want to find some devices to add. So we want to allow that. Now I've clicked on the online tab. Let's just make this full screen. Now, if we want to add a recorder, for example, this one here, you can see all the different devices, cameras, etc. So we'll add this one. This is one of our recorders. We want to select it in the list. And then we want to click add. So now you can name the recorder. So work. Now this is on the local network. So this is basically on our local LAN. If you're remote, then you need to do other port forwarding and things like that. But we'll want to show you how to locally add a device to your computer. Hopefully I've got the password right. Make sure import to group is selected. Otherwise it won't export the cameras to the group in your main view. And if you do get your password wrong, I suggest deleting it in here and then re-adding it again the same way. So yeah, once you've added it and it says here resource online, it means that it's connected correctly. If it comes up with incorrect password, then you need to click on here and you delete the device and re-add it. You can go into setup, edit if you need to re-edit the details. Setup will go into basic settings if you need to configure the recorder. So you can get into the recorder settings. You can upgrade the firmware through here. You can configure all your settings as if you're in front of the recorder. We're not going to get into that here. We just want to show you an overview. Also shows you the device status. So how much free space. This is recorded entirely on the hard drive. So the hard drive is full, but it's recording over itself. So you can see an overview of the recorder. You can see here online users. So who's logging into this device. So you can see all the users currently logged in and the refresh. So now basically, if we click on the 4 dots again, and we go to main view, that recorder is under work. So if you click on the little arrow, then you've got all your cameras here. Now, these little 3 dots, what that is you can change your stream, and I highly recommend this, otherwise you'll really lag your computer. You want to set substream to all, which is the lower resolution, which will basically allow the system to run a bit leaner, and so it doesn't use up so much bandwidth. After you do that, you can either do one camera, drag it across, or you can change how you want to do your layout. If you want to show different cameras, you've also got your multi-screen. So if you want to show multiple cameras, you can create 16 or a 4 split, for example. Once you create that split, if you want to save that view, you can create a custom view, or you can click on save, and we can just 4 split, for example. Oops. So now we have that 4 split. If you want to bring that up at any time, you just click on it and it will bring up the same view. So you can make multiple views however you want to create them. Again, I recommend selecting your substream. If you do want to view a camera in a higher resolution, for example, let's just select this camera, for example, you can switch it back to main view, which will show you the full resolution. After you do this, you've got to re-drag it back in, and now you can see that it's in a higher resolution. You do have some options down the bottom. You can do a snapshot, which will save the snapshot. You can click on open folder, and then you should be able to bring up the snapshot. You can record the live, so whatever's on here, you can record it as a video. If you've got a pan, tilt, zoom camera, which we do have, just show you how that works. You can use the mouse to control it through here. That's a nice, neat little function. Again, you need to have a camera that is compatible. You can enable the 2-way audio. You've got your digital zoom, instant playback. This is the tracking camera, so it's gonna zoom in on him and start following him. You've got your fisheye and your stream encryption. So that's your live view settings, your basic live view. You can turn all the cameras off from down the bottom here. You go full screen, and then there are some other settings here that you can adjust. You don't really need to fiddle around with these too much, but you can. This is one area which you might want to change under your file. It's where where default save location for your video and your pictures. You can customize your toolbar if you don't want all these functions. But that's pretty much it for live view. Now, if you want to do a playback, you click back onto the 4 dots and you click on remote playback. Now here up the top is where you've got your time. So you want to select, for example, we'll do Monday so you got your from which day to which day. So we'll just do Monday 18 to 18 for the full day. Okay. And let's select the PDZ. Okay, so once you drag the PDZ across, down the bottom you'll see the time bar again, and you can see the time going through there. So I know there's an incident further on in the day at about 7 p.m. We had a delivery, so there we go. You can make that full screen. You can pause. Now, if you want to download this, you can press the download button. Here, you can then adjust the time that you require from when to when. So you could put from 18:45 till 19:00. And then if you want to save that, so it'll give you an estimated size. It's 51 megabytes. Press download, and then you just got to wait for it to download that to the location. So after you've downloaded that, you can put it on a USB or put it onto your computer folder, wherever you want to put it. It will save it to the default location that you pre-selected in the previous menu. So you just got to find where that is. So the other thing you can do is you can filter by human if the camera does support human detection. So it will only show you when there is human events. Or via vehicle. So it just depends on your recorder. So if we did by human, well, this doesn't support it, does it? Don't think that camera supports it. Yeah, you can see here we've selected the human detection, and in red is where there should be a human. So you can easily find the events. So it's vehicle. So it's detected the vehicle there. So there's some nice, neat features there to find and search, make your searching easier. You do have a download section here as well, so there is another way you can save the footage. If you're playing back and you want to do a quick save, you can name it and you can download the player automatically. This was where it saves the pictures, and this is where it saves the video. So if you want to make sure that it's saved correctly, you want to check in here. You can copy that and go to so you can see here, that's the backup footage that we've saved. So this is the free version. NVMS V3 is free, doesn't cost anything. We do have a fully paid version, which is called XVMS. It's a lot more feature rich, and it's web-based as well. This program does have a variety of other features. Now, one of the other features which we want to show you is if you want to add your device via cloud. So if you've got this on LTS Connect and you want to add it via LTS Connect, click up the top here, and we want to click on Australia. So click on A and select Australia. Click yes. Now you need to use the same credentials that you use on your app. So whatever you used, if it's the email or a mobile phone that you registered, you need to use the same credentials as your registration on your mobile app. If you don't know what they are, you need to go under the Me section in the LTS Connect app, and you should be able to figure out what username is, and hopefully you've also documented what your password is. So here you're probably going to have to enter your username and password, and then the verification code, which is a little bit hard to read. But after you enter that, wait for it to process. You need to be on the internet, of course, for this to communicate to the cloud. Now, just be very careful. So whatever is in here, you don't want to delete anything. If you delete anything in here, then it will also delete it off the cloud. So don't remove anything from here. If you want to exit out of this account and go into another one, you exit through the top and then re-enter, re-log in through there if you've got multiple cloud accounts. So here we've got one of our cameras. You just can slide it over and you should be able to see the live view. So this will just show you all the cameras. If you've got multiple sites, they'll all come up here, one after the other. And if you've got them named, they will come up corresponding to what you've named them. So depending on the camera type, you'll see it come up here. If you want to do multiple cameras, you can show them the same way as we explained previously. You can make views, etc. Now to do remote playback, you should also be able to bring that up. So you've got the date and time there. It might take a little bit longer because it's going through the cloud. But that's how you do the playback. So you can also back up footage the same way as previously explained. So that's basically the main functions for both logging in via IP address or via cloud. There are other options that you can get into the system on the new ones. You should be able to get into remote setup now. So the new systems do also support remote setup via the cloud. Might take a little longer to get in, but you should be able to then get into some of the configuration options. Now, if it does hang, that is a good indication that the product is not responding, but you need to just be a little bit patient and wait for it to come up. It does take a little while. to load because it's going through the cloud. So now you can see you can access some of the other settings that you previously weren't able to do, such as your video and audio, but it does take a little bit longer than if you were local. We do also have a new cloud system coming, which will allow you to adjust settings remotely. That will be released soon. So that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any more requests, send us through an email or reply in the comments below, and we'll make a video for you.